Devin Townsend is a musical genius to the point of almost insanity. Over 25 years in different metal styles including prog and theatrical, it doesn't look like Devin is slowing down anytime soon. 2019 is just another year to embrace unbridled creativity in the man's work, and his album Empath attempts to combine several styles to showcase his ability. Empath marks the 9th solo album and 18th studio album from Townsend to add to his already impressive discography he's contributed to with the bands he's been a part of and helmed. It makes sense though. He really is the mad scientist type of musician who is incapable of stopping the creation process. He has to keep thinking and making something. It's a great problem to have as a fan though, because you are never left wondering when something new will come out. When I talked earlier about different styles, that's what you get with Empath. It isn't so much a sampling of different styles at times, but it's a blender of genres all stamped with Devin Townsend's unique mixing and editing. One minute, you'll be getting some screaming as an anthem, and the next, something that sounds like it should be performed on Broadway as a musical. That's not an exaggeration either. To metal, rock, and even music fans in general who want something different and not the same 4-minute songs over and over again, Devin Townsend really is the antithesis of that type. You never know what you might get in a 60-second span. Whether it's something peaceful and calming to loud and chaotic, it's all fair game. The peaceful opening of Empath and Castaway is just the tip of this enormous iceberg as it leads to the 6-minute genesis. Devin shouting, the digital mixing effects, the wild drums, it's intense to say the least. What's crazy about it is that the song still feels imaginative and lighthearted no matter how heavy it gets. It's a paradox on paper, but sonically it's gorgeous and fluid. The choir behind Townsend and Genesis makes several appearances throughout Empath, and every time it makes the music magical. Chants, animal sound effects, anything you can think of is somehow layered into the music at one point in this album's runtime. Expect the unexpected as a cliche, but it really is a defining theme for Empath. The highlights in some of the songs stick with you for a while. The anthem-style singing and spiritual collide is motivating and engaging while feeling enormous. The following song, Evermore, has this heavy operatic sound in the verses that goes full prog after a while, and there's not 1 second where the sound goes quiet. Something is always going on. It's when the album gets heavier with the drums and riffs, with Devin screaming out loud, that's when the rocket blasts off and you're going to another galaxy in terms of music. When you get to the song Hear Me then, you are introduced to the growling of a madman in front of a wild electronic metal track. Trying to describe this one on a YouTube video really doesn't do a song like it justice. There is a huge jump from Hear Me to the following whimsical and theatrical Why, which I can't help but imagine Devin Townsend skipping around on stage singing with a choir. I still can't say songs like this don't fit though, because it's just as wild of a concept to put on a metal album as cats meowing. There are a few tracks like that though, in Why and the ominous Requiem on Empath, that'll make you raise an eyebrow, but you still enjoy what you hear. The album ends with a 22-minute track, Singularity. On the physical version of the album, it's broken up into parts, and thank God. It's the prog side of the album in full force for sure, but you find yourself skipping around after a while to find your favorite sequences on the digital version. The sequences are solid though. Many of them are great. That can be said of the majority of Empath. Devin Townsend is not going to be for everyone. It's a hard sell for people who aren't even at least a little bit familiar with his past work. But if you're a metal fan who isn't a prog in an ever-changing style of music, even between songs and within the same song, this might be up your alley, even if it is a bit insane. Overall, Empath proves that a metal composer can create something equal parts heavy and imaginative. The loud delivery in the vocals on both the heavy and soft moments all come together to create something unique. Whether it's a sweet sing-along or a 22-minute metal chaotic monstrosity, you're in for a good and memorable ride on this album.